Alrighty, how's everyone feeling? Everyone doing good? All right, everyone having a good time in Chiang Mai? Sweet. I think you guys might have heard already, there's been a public service announcement. Stay away from the karaokes. It's not about singing. Just stay away, please. Okay, so thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming all the way to Thailand. Really means a lot. What we're going to get into, I'm going to hand it over to John in a second. But first, just a couple notes. How we're going to do the Q&A is everyone's got the app, right? Everyone got the app? Good. So go to the app, and you're going to find the program. You're going to see John's program. Click on that program, and at the bottom, you're going to see something that says Ask the Speaker. Click on that, and guess what happens? You get to ask the speaker a question. And if you don't have any questions, you can jump in there, and you can see what's been asked before and upvote them or downvote them just so we can figure out what are the best questions to ask, right? So I hope that's clear. Ready to move on. Now, John, the first time I heard John's name is, so in Chiang Mai, right around this time every year, there's a conference before this called DCBKK. It's for the Dynamite Circle, awesome conference. You're wearing a shirt. I see Nate from DC in here too. What's cracking, Nate? So it's an awesome conference, and 2 years ago, everyone came down. They're just like, hey, I heard you got your conference coming up. You got to have John Logar. I was like, okay, what's he all about? He's like, he just designed like 500 campaigns at the same time right in the middle of his presentation. Like, what? So eventually, me and John got in touch, and he said, yeah, he can come out, do this workshop. I got stoked as hell. John has an agency himself. Brought it from 0 to 30 million in no time. Four years. 4 years, right? He also started Consulting Unleashed, which is an agency itself, which brings on other agencies and shows them how to scale rapid, unheard of timeframes. So John is going to share with us what are his killer techniques and his best strategies to do exactly that, to scale agencies, get sales. It doesn't matter what you're selling, whether it's client leads, whether it's lead gen stuff, whether it's info products, whether you're selling backlinks, this all applies. So I'm really excited. Let's give a round of applause for John. He's going to smash it.
All right. How you doing? Oh, that works. All right. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about myself. Has anybody heard me speak before in the room? Anybody at all? No hands. Cool. Just want to let you know I'm really fucking good at what I do. Right? You're going to love this. So I don't, like I said, I'm an Aussie. I literally travel the world. I run a company. I have partners. We run an agency out of the United States. We have 60 team members remote. We started that 4.5 years ago with 30 million revenue, 260 clients. We generate 13,000 patient opportunities or leads per month, about $7 million worth of patient revenue across one niche, physical therapy. My agency, the other side, Consulting Unleashed, we help over about 100 agencies right now, and the whole idea is to actually build a real business, one where you can actually step out, or one where you can work on rather than in, and enjoy the fruits of building your business. Today, I want to basically show you, this is something that I've done at a lot of my live events and other people's events, and I want to thank Matt for bringing me out here. But the idea is that in our business, one of the most important parts we need to focus on consistently is to be able to generate clients. And I like to generate clients at will rather than waiting for clients to come to me. So today, I'm literally going to share campaigns that are already working, have generated amazing results that you can apply to your businesses, regardless of what industry you're in or what you're doing. And in the latter part of this, I'm going to actually do campaigns directly for you in the room. Now, this is how this is going to work. I've got a couple of rules, right? You will participate 100%. We cool with that? Yeah, awesome. You will ask questions. You'll take one action from today. One of the things I want you to ask from yourself is if whatever you learn, whatever you pick up, just take one action, the simplest action, right? And you'll give me feedback on your actions. Okay, if you've taken an action, got a result, or didn't get a result, you'll give me if you can give me feedback, that will be awesome. Okay, so let's get into it. I want to find out who's in the room. So first of all, anybody sell info product or online training? Info product, online training. We've got a few of those. Awesome. Okay, great. You have a SaaS product that you're selling in the market. We've got a few SaaSes. Good. You sell marketing services, agency, SEO, CRO. I knew we we're going to have a whole bunch of you guys here and girls. You sell coaching. Who sells coaching? Anybody do that? We've got a few people, all right. You are a consultant. Awesome, we've got a couple of consultants. What I'm going to try and do is, because we've got a few groups here, I will try and do as many individual campaigns as I can that you can apply. And what I would recommend you do is, if I talk to you, or if you put up your hand and say, hey, can you craft a campaign, that you record what I tell you so that you can go back and then run the campaign, right? Now, I'm going to tell you some of the campaigns I'm going to share with you are pretty scary, right? Because when I say scary, some people are really afraid to press the send button, okay? So the idea is these messages that I will help you craft, you can either send them via email, make a post, messenger, text it. There are multiple ways you can send this out to the market. So let's get into it. It all starts with an offer, right? Most people don't make enough offers out there. Oftentimes I ask people, look, how many clients did you present to with an opportunity to buy or invest in your services this month? The average number, can anybody guess the average number of people that people present to in their business on average per month in our world? Can anybody take a guess? Sorry? A lot of times, 50% of the times it's zero. 50% of the time of the people that I speak to in the business game of helping other businesses, they have 0 presentations in a month. How hard do you think it's going to be to build a business with 0 presentations, right? Really hard, yeah? Normally, the average is between 2 and 6. 2 and 6 presentations. If you're doing 2 and 6 presentations, depending on your conversion rate, especially up to the 6th level, you're going to generate at least 1 client. 1 client a month. That's not a lot of clients, right? If you want to grow the milestone that some people like to reach in their businesses, especially if they're selling services, is that $1 million mark. If your average service is around that $3,000 mark, you need 24 clients. 2 clients a month puts you into $84,000 in recurring revenue per month for a service. That's not a lot of clients. Now, to generate 2 clients, you need 10 conversations on average. 10 conversations per month. That's like 2 conversations a week, right? It's not a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, right? But the idea is when you break down the numbers, you start to see that you don't need a lot of numbers to start hitting bigger numbers for yourself. So most people don't ask enough. Most people don't offer enough. So you need to be offering often. If you want consistent growth in a business, you've got to be running offers all the time, right? Anybody heard of a really tiny business called Amazon? Yeah? Anybody been retargeted by Amazon? Anybody been messaged by Amazon? Right? How often do they do that? Every fucking day, right? That's why they are the biggest company in the world. Online retail, or in online retail, I should say. They're not the biggest company. By the way, only 17% of all sales are made online. 83% of all sales are made offline. 83% of sales are made offline, not online. Interesting. But it is growing. The online space is growing. So you've got to be offering often. And the reason I share this with you, if you look at the companies that are offering, even Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza tries to sell you a $5 pizza. If you ever make the mistake of subscribing to their app, you are fucked, right? Because you don't get 1 email a day. Sorry, excuse my French. I'll stop swearing. You won't get 1 email a day. You'll get 3 to 4 emails a day. And here's what the emails look like. Hey, Game of Thrones is on tonight. Get a pizza. Don't cook dinner, right? Hey, the football's on tonight. Get a pizza. Don't cook dinner. Hey, get your friends around. Have a party. Get some booze. Get some pizza. 3 to 4 messages a day to their marketplace. Do you think their customers get pissed off? They don't care, right? But here's the thing. If you buy a Domino's pizza off the app, if you get the pizza delivered, you get another voucher to buy another pizza. You get an email to say, hey, thanks for buying the pizza. By the way, buy another pizza, right? Then you get a message on your phone saying, hey, time to buy another pizza. They rape your life with messages constantly. They're blasting you. That's why just in Australia alone, $890 million worth of pizzas sold, right, off their app. $890 million bucks on a $5 pizza, right? Worth doing offers, right? Look at every major company that is out there that is crushing it in our world. What are they doing? They are offering consistently in the marketplace. You need to do the same thing. Campaign success is going to depend on 5 things. You need to do a little bit of planning. Most businesses in our world run on promotions. We don't plan our process. We don't look at running campaigns. For example, at Breakthrough, our agency, at any one time, we try and touch our clients 23, that sounds funny, doesn't it? Touch your clients. 23 ways. We want to message them, we want to email them, we want to voice drop them, we want to text them, we want to invite them to engage with us. We run events, 23 connection points at any one time every single month with our clients. That's why we've had such significant rapid growth, right? So you need strategy. You need to think through that this is not a one-shot deal. You want to think long-term in strategy, right? You have to have implementation, right? Oftentimes, how many people have built a funnel and never put any ads or launched the funnel? Anybody do that? I've done that. Anybody write a campaign, never launch it? I've done that heaps of times, right? You've got to, if you're going to spend the time and the energy, don't second guess yourself, because you'll never know the result until you press the button in the marketplace. So testing, you've got to be testing. In the CRO and in the SEO world, what are we constantly looking at? We're looking at the data, and we need to look at the data of our campaigning to improve that data. Adjustments, you've got to be constantly making adjustments along the way. Now here's the thing, if you've got a campaign that works, don't stop running it. Keep running a campaign that works, because that becomes the control. Sorry. All right, so your list is business real estate. How many people have an email marketing list in the room? How many people have a ManyChat messenger bot list? A few people. Need to do more of that. That's getting really big right now. Anybody got LinkedIn list? Anybody got a profile on LinkedIn? They've got connections on LinkedIn. Anybody do that? Okay, biggest business database on the planet, most trusted business database on the planet. Can you remember, John, to ask me to share the strategy to get highly targeted, high yield business clients that spend bucket loads of money with you people before I leave today? Okay, you remember? All right, so when we do the Q&A, just say, hey, John, how do we get a shit ton of money from a shit ton of clients on LinkedIn? Okay, because I'm going to show you how to do it for free, right? So your real estate, your business is, your list is your real estate. So best lists, existing customer lists are your best lists. Past customer list is your second best list. The familiar list, friends, families, associates, social connections. Prospect target market list, people that you're targeting in the audience, in the marketplace. Strategic alliance, who is serving your customers that you can build a relationship with to market to. Often people ask me, John, if you were broke and were standing on a corner and you had to start an agency, what are the 3 things that you would do? Number 1, go direct to the market. Number 2, build a relationship with somebody who has my audience. And number 3, start spending money on advertising when I got money, right? Those are the 3 things that will accelerate the growth of any business. Go direct to the market to engage your prospective customer. Go develop a relationship with a strategic alliance partner, right? And then advertise. In our agency at Breakthrough, we go direct to the market. We have over 79,000 registered physical therapists on our list, and we hammer that list every day. Strategic alliances, we work with more than 30 channel partners in that market that serve our client base, that open the doors to us building a relationship with those customers. So they are a cheaper acquisition, and then we market, we advertise and promote in the marketplace. Right? You can't grow rapid growth with just relying on one strategy. Right? So, social media connections, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and other. Every single person in this room has got a list. Would that be fair? Anybody got not any of these lists? Nobody got any no lists? Anybody with that? Nobody breathing? Okay, cool. All right. So, everybody has the opportunity to generate sales opportunities in this room. So, campaigns at work. I'm going to share a couple of campaigns at work to give you an idea. The question that I want you to ask yourself when I share this with you is, how do I apply this idea to my business? Does that make sense? How do I apply the idea to my business? Because when I go through this little piece, I'm actually going to craft campaigns for you in the room that you can launch over the next few days, and I want a lot of you to make as much money as you can whilst you're here at Chiang Mai SEO. Is that cool? Like, I want you to get paid while you're here on learning from some of the great SEO minds on the planet, right, and networking with some of the great people in this room and the people you're going to meet at the conference. I want you to go home and say, you know what, I went to this conference and I did this really crazy thing and I made some sales, or I went to the conference and I tried this thing and I got 15 appointments to go back to, right? Some of you will have those results. I'm going to share what can happen when you apply some of the stuff that I do. Are we cool with that? right? Now, hand on heart and hand up in the air, who is going to send a campaign in the next 3 days? Right? Every single freaking hand should be up in the room, right? I want it, like I said, I wasn't making a joke. The closer you sit to me, the more money I will make you, right? All right, so campaigns at work. 9-word emails. Friend of mine, anybody know who Dean Jackson is? Anybody heard of Dean Jackson? Okay, so Dean Jackson is a huge direct response marketer, big in real estate, regarded by some of the most incredible connections in the market, works with people like Anthony Robbins and all those sorts of people on their businesses. He came up with a concept of the 9-word email. The 9-word email was really short. So here's a subject line. Quick question. That's the subject line, right? Quick question. John, quick question. Brad, quick question, right? Eugene, quick question, yeah? So if you saw a email subject line that had your name in it and asked you a quick question, you're going to increase the chance of that person opening that email. Does that make sense? Keep it simple and keep it short and punchy, right? But if you can put their name in the subject line, they are more inclined to respond to opening. The first thing you want to do is get the person to open the email, right? You can say silly things like, your house is on fire, right? I wouldn't do that, by the way, but you can do some odd things to grab people's attention, but you want to make sure their name is actually in the subject line. Okay, that's important. But then if you look at these emails, like, are you still looking to have more visits to your site? I mean, that sounds like, yeah, duh, yeah. Right? Some people will respond to that, okay? Are you still looking for organic sales leads from your website? Are you still interested in improving your traffic on your e-commerce site or for your e-commerce site? Are you still considering implementing SEO? Send that one out and see what comes back. Have you made any progress with your SEO strategy, right? Are you still interested in using that 25% discount offer I sent to you? Do you want the bonus we offered to our set program, right? Or SEO program, it should read. Bit of spelling mistake there. Right? So short, punchy, very simple. Are you interested? Do you want to know? Reply, action, reply yes to this email. Now, if somebody replies yes to your email, you need to drop everything and get back to them as quickly as possible. Because if you reply to them 2 or 3 days later, right, they completely forgot what they said yes to. And so you go, hey, by the way, you said yes to this. I didn't say yes to this thing. The time frame for, if you want to improve the ability to engage by more than 80%, if somebody replies, you want to acknowledge that reply within the first 10 minutes. If you acknowledge that reply within the first 10 minutes, they are more amiable, because the whole idea is, if you're selling a service, what do you want them to do? You want to get on the phone, make an appointment, yeah? So you want to make it easy for them to make an appointment. Hey, this is what it was about. Wasn't sure if it's you. If you're interested, can we talk? Right? We want to keep this very soft and very easy, right? We don't want to hurt anybody. We want to help people, right? So, 9-word email, very powerful way to get instant responses, right? Okay, next, the Spend My Money offer. Now, this is probably one of my favorite campaigns, because I have run this in hundreds of different businesses, and it has worked every single time. I want to give you the context of why this works. You have to make it plausible, like, it has to be real, right? And there's a good reason for it. So if you're going to send this Spend My Money offer email to anybody, you want to be sending it to people who know you. So past customers, existing customers, people who know you. Don't send this email to a cold list, because if you send this email to the cold list, it doesn't make any sense. So here's an idea of a Spend My Money, right? So we're about to spend thousands of dollars on advertising, and we thought we'd like to give it to you instead. I'd like to give you $1,000 towards your SEO blueprint. I have $13,000 to give away. So if you'd like to take advantage of it, make sure you reply yes to this offer ASAP to claim your cash and get your project started. Nice email, right? Instead of me spending money on advertising, I thought I would go to you, my customer or my past customer, and give you the money instead. So we're going to give you $1,000 towards strategy, right? Who here gives strategy away for free? How many people do free strategy for their prospective customers in the market? You can put more hands up than that, right? Who gives their time away for free to people who might be interested? Okay, there you go. Well, now you get paid for strategy. You should be paid for your time, right? I teach guys to get paid 10 grand for a conversation, not to buy SEO programs, but to talk about SEO, right? To have a conversation about SEO, to map out strategy and then implement at the other end. Who'd like to be paid for their time? Yeah? How many people do free proposals? Yeah, stop doing that, right? Costs you money and time. What you want to do is you want to generate an opportunity with somebody who's actually interested and will invest. If people invest in your time, then they're going to invest in your solutions as well. So, simple strategy, right? People like, who's going to run this strategy? Who's going to run this campaign? Take a photo of it, test it out. Only to existing or past clients or people that you've been marketing to that know you. Don't send this to cold lead, cold list. It won't work because the people have no idea why you're doing this. But it makes sense. I'm going to spend money on advertising. You know what? I thought I'd give it to you instead, right? The reason why we're advertising, we're trying to help clients get great results. So instead of spending money on ads, I'd rather help great results with the people who already know us. That's the idea behind the campaign. So this is the We Messed Up offer. When I first, so now this was a strategy. So this is, I'm going to share the story with you. But I want to give you the concept of the We Messed Up offer, right? So the concept of the We Messed Up offer is to grab people's attention, to drive a very value benefit offer, right? One that instigates immediate buying opportunity, right? So I'm going to give you a offline version of this offer, but then I'm going to explain to you an online version of how you do this to the marketplace, right? So this is a photograph of a whole bunch of computers in a warehouse. Now, this warehouse did not belong to my client. This was an actual wholesaler of all those computers. And so this is the campaign that they set out. Remember, my client did not own any of these computers, right? The strategy was they went to the wholesaler and said, listen, take a photo of your warehouse of all your stock. Now, we want to take all your stock, but you have to give us a 15% discount on wholesale for all the stock, and you offer free shipping to our clients. We want to clear that whole warehouse, right? Pretty ballsy, yeah? Right? That's very ballsy, right? But here's what happened. So they didn't have to pay any money, no money to hold the stock. They said that we want to clear the warehouse. So this is how we crafted the campaign. And we actually called it, when we wrote the subject line on the campaign was "We fucked up." That was the subject line, right? Brad, we fucked up, right? So here's the email, right? I changed the word messed to, say, we messed up big time and we need your help. We mistakenly over-ordered on stock and the supplier won't take it back. So we thought we'd make a ridiculous one-time offer and ask you to take all of it or some of the units off our hands. We want to offer you the overstock at our wholesale rates and offer you free shipping, right? Thanks for being a great customer. We want to thank you with this great offer and for helping us out of a jam at the same time, right? I'm just going to go, can I go back? Yeah. Oops. So, in 5 days, they emptied that warehouse. In 5 days. $13 million worth of stock in 5 days, right? Gone. No shipping costs, no handling costs. The wholesaler branded all the boxes with the company, right? So it looked like it came from the warehouse, right? Now here's what worked for the company and why they took the deal. The deal was that the customer had no credit. They had to pay for the computers up front. So if we collected the cash up front, we didn't take credit from the supplier. We paid for all the goods up front, right? Normally the supplier would take 30 to 60 days credit. We were saying, we're going to give you cash up front. We're going to pay for all this stock, no credit. We'll give you money up front. So what did we ask for in return for the money up front? More discount, right? More offer, right? Now, who did we give the discount to? Did we keep the discount or give it to the customer? Gave it to the customer because it didn't come off our bottom line. It came off the wholesaler's bottom line, right? So that's how this campaign worked. Now, how do we mess up in services, right? Hey, we just hired a team of people and we had a client who dropped us, right? Because of circumstances. We've got space to handle another 2 or 3 projects. Are you ready to go ahead with your strategy or with your program? We messed up and hired a team to support a project and the project went sour because the client had to pull away. We've still got an amazing team. Would you like to take advantage of that time and we'll do a deal or give you a deal on that project? That's a mess up process for service, right? We messed up. You got it? Okay, we've got capacity, we've got space. Okay, we're cool? All right, so creating fast action campaign. The offer needs to make sense. If you do an offer, it's kind of got to be relevant. Remember the money we're going to give you cash, right? It's got to make sense. We're about to spend ads. We thought instead of spending money on ads, we thought we'd give it to you instead. There's a plausibility to it, so it has to make sense. You can't just make outlandish offers and hope that people are going to respond. Time sensitive. I've only got a few left, or we can only do this for 2 people, or we can only offer this to half a dozen people, right? Time sensitivity. Quantity limited, the numbers if you're selling product or offering a coaching package or whatever. We can only do this for the first 3 people. Only this for the first 3 people or first 7 people. So quantity sensitivity, and you want to incentivize for action. So incentivizing for action is you either create a value stack of opportunity, like stack the value, and then give a price point, right? You must make profit on your incentivized value. Don't give money away. Right? What you want to do is build the value and put a price point where the client feels like they're getting a good deal, right? So that's an incentivized action. So we're going to do this now. This is a sequence of strategy that I've used for nearly 20 years of direct response marketing, and I've tested this in multiple markets, and it works. Most people, when they run a promotion, they run a one-shot deal, and they pray, right? They pray that it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, they blame the marketer. Oh, they sucked, right? It has nothing to do with the strategy, had nothing to do with the implementation, had nothing to do with timing. You want to maximize your opportunity for engagement on a campaign. So every time I do a campaign, we run the same campaign every single time, right? So this is it. It's a 4 simple sequence, and this is how it works. First one, we make the offer. So the first email or first communication, first message, here's the offer, right? The second email is, want to make sure you got the offer. Just want to make sure you got my offer. Second email, right? We've sold a few, have some left, right? Sold a few, have some left. So first, here's the offer. Second email, hey, want to make sure you got this. Grab their attention second time. By the way, the second email will get more responses than the first email. The second message, the second marketing message, will always have a higher open and response rate than the first message. That's why you want to hit them more than once, right? Third email, would love to know what you thought about this offer. What offer? I've got to read it now, right? Love to know what you thought about this offer. Want to get some feedback. You think it's a good idea? We got some left, right? The last email, this is a simple 9-word. It's actually shorter than 9 words. Are you still interested? I have a few left. Let me know quick. Are you still interested? I have a few left. Let me know quick. How are we going for timing, Matt? Half an hour. Okay, we're going to get into this quick. All right, so make the offer. Want to make sure you got this offer. Would love to know what you thought about this offer. Are you still interested, right? Next, follow up with a phone call. Now, if you have a service and somebody opens your email more than once, in fact, we had a person in the room the other day at our event on the Gold Coast who we did this campaign, and the person opened the email 14 times. Do you think they're interested? 14 times. The reason why some people open your emails multiple times is they try to keep, anybody try to keep an email at the top of the email list? Anybody do that? When you say, oh, I like that, I'll just keep it up, right? And so they'll look at it 2, 3. Anybody looks at your message more than 3 times, you need to talk to them. There's a reason why they keep opening it. And the other thing is, if it's shared more than 6 or 7 times, if it's open more than 6 or 7 times, they're sharing the email. They're sharing it with other people who are relevant. So you want to talk to them. Oftentimes, if you speak to people and say, hey, I noticed you've done this, saw you at 12:35 there, Brad, opening up that email whilst you're having that donut and that coffee, and they go, how the hell do you know that, right? I'm watching you, okay? We're everywhere, right? But if you time it, like if somebody opens an email, I've made phone calls where I've just jumped in and said, look, I noticed you opened the email. I says, how the hell do you know that? I'm on the email right now, right? Well, we track and we measure, right? Our idea is to give you the best results, and to get that, we measure everything, right? We know where you live, right? So, follow up with a phone call. You're going to increase your conversion rates if you're selling services. If somebody's taking that interest, they might not be pressing the reply or send, but they are looking, and if they're looking, then you can ask questions. If you want to generate revenue, this is the fastest way to generate it, okay? So, now, this is all about you. This is where I'm going to drive and run campaigns for you in the room. If I run a campaign for you, if I create a crafted campaign for you to sell to the market, what I want you to do is to record you get your iPhone out or your smartphone, whatever brand you're using, and just hit the record button so you can hear the tone and the type of campaign that I'm giving you. With this, either the campaign can be an email, either the campaign could be a text message, it could be a Facebook post, it could be a messenger post, it could be a voice thing, it could be a little video, right, to your clients. It doesn't matter how you use the campaign. You can actually, it doesn't matter if you use all the modalities, right? The campaigns that I'm going to craft for you are really punchy, short, direct. Now, I'm going to give you an example of what can happen. So we did this 3 days ago on the Gold Coast. One dude's closed $84,000 worth of sales in the last 48 hours from this campaign that I wrote in the room in less than a minute, right? We had another person close $4,500 for a product sale. We had another person who did $16,000 in sales in 3 days from an email written in less than a minute and sending out to the marketplace. Now, there are a lot of people that got no result. A lot of those people didn't press send. Right? No feedback. If you don't press send, you can't get feedback. I would rather you just put it out there just in case, because you never know what will happen, right? Now, a couple of things when I craft this campaign, right? I want you to tell me what you offer. So I'm going to jump down here a second to get a little bit closer to you. I want you to tell me what you offer, and who the person you're making the offer to, or the type of business you're making the offer to. How much do you want to charge them? What's the money, right? And what is the result that you are helping them with? So I'll give an example of this. So let's say I'm offering a CRO service, a conversion rate optimization for an e-commerce website, right? That's my offer. Who I'm making that offer to? I might have a list of Shopify e-commerce sites that are tracking at least 30 to 100,000 views per month, or I'm targeting an e-commerce site that's spending more than 30 grand a month on Facebook ads or AdWords to drive traffic, right? How much do I want to charge them for my CRO services? Generally, I would charge, if I look at some of my agency clients, they're charging about $5,000 to $8,000 to do a review, and I think they're charging anywhere up to $15,000 for testing, and then they will charge anywhere between 10 grand to 30 grand a month to manage a campaign. So there's the price points, right? So what's the result that you're helping them with? The idea is to devise a strategy to minimize the cost of ad spend and get better results, minimize shopping cart abandonment, maximize direct traffic to buying options and behavior. That's what we specialize in. That's a result, right? So a campaign like that, right, is so if I was writing to, say, Bob, who owned the Shopify store, and I knew who the owner was, right, who ran that company, I'd be sitting and say, hey, right now, the number one thing, if you're using an internal team, you're missing out on minimizing the expenditure on customer or cost of sales. If I can reduce your cost of sales and dramatically improve revenue, right, by making an adjustment on your current conversion, are you interested in that, yes or no, right? That's it. You'd be saying, yeah, of course, I want to minimize my spend, I want to up my conversion, right? We're talking about the end result, right? If who here can drive thousands of eyeballs to a website? Every hand in the room should be up, right? You can drive thousands of eyeballs. I've actually, one of my SEO clients, I've actually said, go and send this, say, listen, I want to drive tens of thousands of eyeballs directly to your buy now pages. Are you interested? What do you think happened? Person said, yep, I want to know what you do there, right? Or, yeah, I'll listen to, that's a bit far-fetched, but I'm interested, right? I want to drive customers. I want to drive buying customers to hit that buy now button. Are you interested? If you're in e-commerce, do you want people to hit the buy now button? Right? Fill in the credit card? Yeah? Think of the end result. So let's do this. Fast game's a good game. I'm just going to see if I can get around.
Nope. Not really.
All right, so first campaign. Who wants a campaign? Brad, tell me, let's go back one. Whoa. All right, what do you offer?
SEO, Google Ads, social media marketing.
Okay, we can only do one offer.
SEO.
Okay, so here's the thing. When you craft an offer, you can't offer everything. You want to offer one offer. Pick one thing. Because if you offer too many things, a client can't make a decision. right? There are too many, paradox of choice, too many choices. So we're going to drive one offer. So we are picking SEO. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So who are you making the offer to? Small businesses in the Sacramento area.
If we were to talk small business in Sacramento area, let's pick a niche. Contractors, e-commerce, contractors.
Yeah, we call it O-shaped businesses.
All right. How much are you charging for your service on a month-to-month basis?
$2,000 plus a month.
Plus a month, all right. And what's the result you're helping them with?
At least double or triple their current customers they have now.
How are you going to do that?
By increasing their visibility online by the Google search rankings.
So everything that Brad just said is relevant, but to the customer, they won't know what that means. So if I'm a contractor, guess what I want? I want to be first choice over my competitors, yes? First choice? Yeah. Now, what I'm crafting here for Brad, you can use this. If you're into the SEO services market, you can use this exact campaign and you can apply it to contractors, physicians, dentists, e-commerce sites. Number one thing that everybody wants to be from a buying perspective is to be first choice. I want to be first choice. Number two, I want my message to be visible. I want to be branded. Branding and recognition is very important, right? The more branding, recognition, and messaging you have in the market, the more awareness you have in the market. And so ultimately what happens is you become a trusted, visible brand, right? Do you know why? Why do you think companies like Apple spend billions of dollars on putting the Apple logo everywhere, right? They want you to see that from miles everywhere. Why does Coca-Cola still spend over nearly $2 billion a year on advertising? Everybody know Coca-Cola? Yeah? Do they need to advertise to you? Yes, they do, right? Because occasionally you're going to walk past a 7-Eleven somewhere and think, I need a drink. And you go, I'm not shouldn't be drinking Coke, but I might drink pump water. Well, Coke owns pump water too, right? They own all the waters. Isn't that funny? Right, the soda company owns the waters. But branding, recognition. So number one, you want to be first choice. Number two, you want to be visible, branded, recognized as a trusted brand in your market, right? Number three, you want to be consistent in putting an offer so people can engage. Yeah. So here's the campaign, really simple, right? So John, your business partner, right? Absolutely. John, quick question. Most important thing to you is to be first choice. If I can make you first choice, if I can make your brand visible to your entire market and your community, and if I can make sure that your offer is the most relevant to the market, can we have a quick conversation about that, yes or no? Now put the yes or no in there. Give them the option of no. What happens when you give people the option of no? They'll choose yes. No, they won't choose no, right? If you tell them yes or no, most people go, oh yeah, right? It's just a psychological thing. Right? Now, the best thing you can do on a call to action, 2 calls to action, reply to this email, reply yes to this email, tell them what you want them to do, yes or no, right? Second best call to action is give me the best phone number I can reach you on. Give me reply with the best number I can reach you on, right? So you got the campaign, right? Awesome. Brand you, be first choice, and put your offer consistently out to a buying market, right? That's what SEO does, yes? Does it not do that? If you rank highly, right? Otherwise, you have to pay for the traffic, yeah? So if you want to do it organically, you want to, well, why do we want to be visible? We want to be first choice, right? We're competing against other competitors. Are you cool? Who else is going to use that campaign? I would highly recommend you run that, even on a Facebook post. By the way, so I know I'm in a room of people in the digital marketing space. One of the things I often say, you can take a seat, Brad, thank you very much. One of the things I often say to people is that if you're in this digital marketing space, right, don't be friends, right, don't listen to other internet marketers, okay? You can be friends with them, some of them are okay, they're cool, but don't listen to them because what internet marketers do is they have a price sensitivity mentality, right? If you have a price sensitivity mentality, you're going to undercharge for what you do. I want to do a little bit of a survey. Who here believes they undercharge for what they do? Who believes that? Wow, that's amazing. Normally I get about 70% of the room, right? So who here is charging more than 10 grand a month for SEO services per client? Who's doing that? Okay, congratulations. That's where you should be starting, right, for your services, right? Who's charging an average of $2,000? You are not making any money. You'll go broke. Your client has to be investing at least $36,000 or more per annum in your services for you to make the profit that you need to run a sustainable business. 36,000 plus is what your average client should be spending, a minimum of $3,000 a month. Who here does free setup? Who does free setup for clients? Who does free setup? You can put your hand up. I know there's more of you out there. Free setup, free conversations, free blueprint. Who does free blueprint, free setup? Who does free audit? Stop doing that shit. You should be paid, because if you give people stuff like that for free, that's valuable, right? That's valuable. You should be charging for audit and strategy and setup. And here's the thing, you can actually, the price elasticity on setup is movable, right? You can actually adjust your pricing. If you haven't been charging setup, the next person you sit down, say, this is our initial fee to get you set up, and your monthly fee starts here, right? Who sells 90-day contracts, 90-day deals, 6-month deals? Anybody do 6-month? Anybody sell 12-month programs, right? 12-month, yeah. You should be selling 12-month programs for your services. You can't, if you're doing 90 days, what the hell can you do in 90 days, right? It's hard to get a result. You need time to season your campaigns. It's a very competitive market. So your client should be investing not in 12 months. We're signing people up on 3-year deals. 3 years in advance, and some of our clients are paying 3 years in advance because we offer it to them, right? We call it price locking, right? So, next campaign, anybody want to, yes, you sir, your name? Jim Swan. Okay, Jim, what business are you running? Facebook ads. So tell me, with your offer, how much are you charging for Facebook ads? About 3,000. That's about fair. Okay, it depends on the market. 10,000. You need 10,000 ad spend. Okay, so you need a client that's got a bit of a budget. What is the result that you're helping them with? So direct bookings, right? So so here's the campaign. Okay, so Facebook ads for direct bookings, right? So we're not going to talk about Facebook ads. That's the other thing, is you don't want to go into depth about what your idea, what your strategy is. What you want to do is you want to get the person's attention, right? That may have an interest. So how many clients are you working this market with right now? Oh, you're not working with any clients. This is brand new, right? Have you got a working strategy right now? Have you got a strategy that you know of that will get a result for the client? No, but do you know that they're getting results for Facebook ads for making bookings in hotels or resorts? You do. So do you know roughly what their budgets are? Have you done your homework? Okay, so I don't know the market. I've not got who's got no case study, no market? Anybody in that shoe? All right, so we're just starting out, okay? If I was starting out, my strategy would be to go and find a campaign that's already working. Find a campaign that's already working. So there's 2 websites to do this. You can find amazing case studies. marketingsherpa.com, right? That's one, and marketingprofs.com. Go to the case study section and you'll go resorts, best campaign for Facebook campaign for tourism resorts. And guess what? In that search, there'll be somebody who's devised a strategy that's actually working for tourism resorts to get bookings on Facebook. And what you want to do is reverse engineer that idea, and here's your email, right? Right now, I want to share with you a top performing campaign that is currently generating bookings for tourism resorts. Let me share that strategy with you. If you'd like to know more, just reply yes to this email. Right? If you're doing, who does AdWords? Anybody AdWords in the room? Okay, so there's this website called, there's a service called iSpionage. Anybody know iSpionage? Espionage with an I, iSpionage, right? When you go if you go to Google and you search for a person who's running ads, you take the URL, drop in iSpionage, and what iSpionage will tell you will be their best performing ads. It'll tell you roughly their ad spend. It'll also show you the landing pages that are working. And so what you want to do if you're in the AdWords space is find the top performing landing pages, 3 of them, right, if you can, and go to the market and say, whoever your market is, and this is the campaign, let's say you were finding the top performing landing pages for AdWords for the dental market, right, and you're going out to a dentist and say, hey, Dr. Bob, right, you got the first name, Dr. Bob, very quick question. We're putting a very in there just to stamp it, a very quick question, right? I would love to show you the current 3 top performing campaigns that are converting Invisalign patients for practices right around the country as we speak. Are you interested in looking at those campaigns? Who is a dentist who's advertising would be interested in looking at that campaign? Some people would. Some people won't listen to the message. But if you can use data, if you can use examples and say, look, I know this works, right? Because we've got the data or we can see the data. If you don't do the strategy and you hire a white label service, right, to do strategy for you or to do execution and fulfillment, they already have the data. They've got the case studies. You don't need the case studies. You're going to say, right, we know 7, 8, 10 campaigns right now that are crushing it in relation to getting direct customers from this strategy. Are you interested in learning about this strategy? If you've got a great strategy, who's managing more than 10 clients at the moment? More than 10 clients. How many clients are you managing? About 30 clients. Roughly how much, what do you do? You do everything, right? If we were to pick the most core service you provide, what is the core service that most people buy you for? The core service. Web design, right? Do you deliver conversion-based web design or do you just do pretty websites? So your websites suck, right? They don't convert, but then you drive SEO and AdWords to an unsucky website. I don't believe, by the way, I'm being silly here. I don't believe your websites suck, right? But I would imagine that you understand how to optimize for design, yeah, to get better results. That's the kind of sites you actually deliver to your clients. You know, write creative, write copy, write action points, yeah? So you do that, right? So if I was, who's else in the web design business? Anybody got websites? We've got a few. If I was selling websites, right, what I would do is I would tell people that their current website sucks, right? Here's how I would tell them their current website sucks. Right now, I cannot buy your product because your website sucks, right? Here's why your website sucks, right? I have to screen and pinch while your site's on a mobile device. And I'm finding it very difficult to connect with you to find how to buy stuff from you. This is a big problem that 80% of websites on the planet have. I would like to show you how you can outperform your competitor. Are you interested in looking at ways of making sure that people press the buy now button? Just reply yes or no. A little bit windy, a little bit long, right? But what's the result that most people get? Bad conversions, right? When you how many people have pinched and scrolled on a website on a mobile device? I do it every day, yeah? Now here's the thing. If you asked a person that has a crappy website, just ask this question. Right now, how many times in the last couple of days did you search on Google on your phone? Did you do it a lot? They'll go, yep, right, great. Did you buy anything on your phone? Yep. Most people will say, yeah, I bought something on my phone. Great. What do you think your clients are doing? My question to you is, are you making it easy for your customers to buy what you have or what you do on the phone? So you can say right now, unequivocally, nearly 70% plus search right now is done on a mobile device, right? It is the most powerful computer on the planet. It is so powerful that in third world countries, it is the #1 connection to the internet over a computer, right? It's a $1,000 computer in some countries, right, or more on a device, and we sleep with it. And we use it because we've become accustomed to using the strategy. So if you're doing design, you want to say, hey, let your customers buy the way they behave, right? Let your customers buy the way they behave. If you're looking at your phone, they're looking at their phone. What if I made you first choice on the phone, right? Simple headline, let me make you first choice on mobile. Talk to me about it, okay? Who wants another campaign? I'm just looking at my time here. Oh, we've got 10 minutes. Yes, sir. You, yeah, stand up. Your name? No, I'm going in the back. Sorry, I'll come to you next. Sorry, your name? Yeah, you can come up here. Yeah, if you like. All right, your name? Namneet, how you doing? So what do you do, Namneet?
I provide
SEO services. Who do you provide it for generally?
we usually provide to white label SEO services to the agencies in US and UK.
Okay, so your market is agencies, right? So remember you were going to tell me about the LinkedIn strategy?
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for reminding me, John. So if you want because you want clients, other agencies to hire your service, is that fair? So who wants business clients, like people who have money, right? Who you know can benefit from your service? Anybody want? I just want to be really clear. We've got the right people in the room. Anybody want those? Right. Can I show? Is it okay if I share with you how you get thousands and thousands of leads for less than pennies on the dollar? Less than pennies on a fraction of a penny on a dollar. So LinkedIn, I know. Thank you. So here's the thing. LinkedIn. There's this service called Sales Navigator. Anybody heard of it? Right. It's only 97 bucks. Buy it for 1 month. All you need to do is buy this for 1 month, right? On LinkedIn, work on your profile a little bit in relation to what you do. So you provide white label SEO to help agencies to leverage their SEO for their clients. That's what you essentially do. So whatever service you do, right, be very clear about what you offer in the summary, how you help people in the summary, right? Keyword, what you do, typical keyword stuffing, but keep it in a sentence so people recognize you. Give examples in your experience in LinkedIn. Really basic stuff, don't go too crazy. You can just Google best profile on LinkedIn and it'll give you what you do. So here's what you do. There's a person on LinkedIn called a LinkedIn Lion. Anybody heard of a LinkedIn Lion, L-I-O-N? Right, if you haven't, you have now, LinkedIn Lion. What you want to do is you get Sales Navigator and you put in the word LinkedIn Lion as in the search and press enter. Now there'll be probably hundreds of thousands of LinkedIn Lions, hundreds of thousands of them. These people will say yes to any connection, right? Because they say that they are a LinkedIn online networker, Lion. Now, these are not your customers, but I would go and generate. I'd probably friend about 500 of these people. And let me tell you, it'll happen really fast because these people will friend anybody. Now, you're not interested in the LinkedIn Lion, you are interested in their connections, because they have the largest networks. They have tens of thousands, sometimes up to 30,000 people on their connection list. And what you want to do is you go back to LinkedIn Navigator, and you want to choose agencies only that don't offer. So you want AdWords agencies, Facebook agency, website agencies. You don't want SEO agencies. They do the same thing, right? So you want people like that, SEO, AdWords, right? You put that in the title, whatever your client is, the name of the title, CEO, managing director, president, whatever you do in the title, what the service is, right? Country, location, you want to work with American companies because you're good value proposition, right? And then what you do is you basically hit press enter. And because you've got all these LinkedIn Lions with thousands of members, you are going to see a LinkedIn list of about 6 degrees of connection where you might end up with 80,000 agencies in the United States on that list. Now, there's a tab on the right-hand side. I'm giving you very clear instructions here. It's really simple. There's a tab, on the left-hand side. This is my right arm. Left-hand side, the other way, right? There's a tab, and that tab says, here's a list. And you press that button, and it'll give you the list of 250,000 people, or 80,000 people. However, you do not want the tab on the left. Ignore the tab on the left. It's very sexy because it's a really big number, right? You don't want the sexy number. You want the even more sexy number, the revealing number. It's about 4 tabs over, and on that tab it says posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. Posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. That's the more sexy number to press. It's less than the big number because who is posting on LinkedIn? Who wants to post? If you're regularly posting on LinkedIn, why are you doing that? You're doing that to waste time, or you're doing that to generate clients, yes? You want to work with people who want clients, right? So that's the list. Now, there's another piece of software. It costs $97 for 1 month, right? 1 month, you're going to cancel the subscription after that. Website, if you ever see this video, I didn't say this. But anyway, so for less than 200 bucks, you use this software. It's called anyleads.com, AnyLeads.com. And that tab, when you press that tab, you take the URL at the bar in LinkedIn and you copy and paste it into anyleads.com. And anyleads.com, when you press the button, is going to download all the names, all the direct personal emails, all the contacts, the company, everything into a CSV spreadsheet. And it's going to verify the email. It's going to verify it, right? You got it? Right, so now you might have 7,000 companies that are ad agencies in the United States that are Facebook, AdWords, but not SEO, right? So now we want to help those people, right? We want to help those people because they want to get better results and they might benefit from organic results, and here's your campaign, right? It's really simple. Hey, we help people just like you get better rankings to support your campaigns so that they can maximize their spend, maximize their earning, and reduce the cost of customer acquisition. Can I share with you how we can help you make your clients first choice in the market? You got it? Only to ad agencies. So let's talk. We specialize in making you look better. We specialize in driving organic traffic to support your paid traffic. Right? Can we work together to get better results for clients? If you're interested, yes or no. Are you looking? So here's another question. Are you looking? How many clients have you got? How many clients are you working with?
45.
About 45 clients. So you would be generating thousands of eyeballs per month for websites, right? Thousands of new prospective customers to websites from the SEO strategy. You're getting lots of leads, right? Lots of organic stuff. So you can sit there and group all your 45 clients together, track how many visitors they're getting per month, and say, right now we're contributing 200,000, 400,000, a million visitors per month on average across our client base. Would you like to see our strategies to support your ad campaigns? That's another email. We good? All right. Anybody learn something right there? Yeah? Who's going to go on LinkedIn and generate a whole bucket load of B2B? Let me tell you, it is the best database and the cheapest database to access, right? Now, if you're going to do cold email or cold messaging to people who don't know you, you must follow the spam laws. Do not do this in Europe. You will get crushed, right? But if you're going to do it, don't open a Gmail account. Open an Outlook account. Open up an Outlook account, because Outlook is not flagged generally for spam, whereas Gmail now, because everybody's used Gmail, they get crushed, right? So, yes. G Suite included. Don't use G Suite, use Outlook. Outlook is much better, okay? There are services, mailshake.com, reply.com, quickmail.io will allow you to do cold campaigns and protect you as long as you've got some unsubscribes. And you know the 4 campaigns that I told you? Get my offer. Did you see my offer? What did you think about my offer? Would you like my offer? Are you still interested? You can drop those campaigns in those systems, take that list, dump the list into the system and press send. Now, I would not go and send out tens of thousands of emails to the market. I'm not recommending you become a spammer, right? But I would test a couple of hundred emails just to see if you get a response, right? So, thank you. I really appreciate you doing that. Anybody else? How much time have I got, man? Oh, I'm 3 minutes away from time. We cool? I do one more? Dude, let's do it. Name? Sodidis. Where are you from, Sodidis? Cyprus. Best tax haven in the world. Beautiful beaches, yeah. So nice bars too, by the way. Good lifestyle. So service that you offer? You want to do websites. Okay, do you offer your web... Sorry? Okay, so zero conversion. So the idea is to get responsive results on campaigns, right? If you're driving campaigns, I want you to build me a website. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, is there a type of customer that generally you're dealing with, or do you deal with everybody? Yeah. But where do your customers come from? They come from Europe. They come from America, Asia. Mostly from a local market, okay? So how sophisticated is the Cyprus market with online marketing? Not very sophisticated, right? So are there commercial businesses that do lots of international? Is there a local association that connects Cypriot businesses with, say, the UK, America? Are there businesses like that? There would be an association. I know that I can go to America and I look up Cyprus Business Association, and these companies are American-based companies trying to do business in Cyprus, or Cyprus-based companies trying to do business in America. There's an association for UK, Germany, America, Australia, because we have a large Cypriotic community in Australia, and South Africa, right? Those countries have an association of cross-channel businesses. So, in Cyprus, what language do you speak? You speak Greek, right? The Americans don't speak Greek, right? The Germans don't speak Greek, and the people in the UK, they don't speak Greek, right? But they want to do business. There's companies that want to do business in those countries. And so if you go to the association website of Cypriotic businesses and like the Chamber of Cyprus and American Chamber of Business, UK Chamber of Cyprus Business, these businesses, there are lists. They have a list of businesses that you can easily identify of businesses that want to do business, right? Now, do they want to do business with conversion rate websites, or do they just want to do pretty pictures? Do they want action and sales? Right. So right now you can actually go to those people and say, hey, do you want a strategy that helps people make a purchasing or an engaging decision to work with your company? Do you want American companies or German companies or European, UK companies to directly request to work with you? Are you interested? That's your offer. You got it? All right. So last thing, I'm going to be here for the whole week. If you do come and say hello to me over the coming day, if you want me to write a campaign for you whilst we're here at CMSEO, I will write your campaign. I will help you write a campaign that you can launch and run and generate sales from. So if you want me to do that, just come and say hi. I'm going to be around all week till Friday? End of Friday? Yeah. So it's Friday, so you can come and see me. Now, I don't give this out to people. Very few people have seen this email, right? My company's called Consulting Unleashed. This here is my personal email. It's theunleashedgroup.com. If you want me to give you the best multi-million dollar campaigns and strategies for sales, you can have that, but you must, don't send it to John at Consulting Unleashed. Let's go back. Send me an email to John at theunleashedgroup.com, right? There's no website there, but that's my personal email, and I will make sure that you get this, right? I'll make sure that you get this, right? Because there are pre-written campaigns. There's 2 campaigns in that workbook, right, have generated more than $3 million in sales this year, right? Just 2 campaigns. So I'm giving away my best stuff for free, right? So no opt-in, nothing. I'm not going to send you bucket loads of emails. I'm just going to say, hey, if you want some really cool stuff, you can have it. That's a big thank you to Matt for having me here. I really appreciate that. Hope you learnt some cool stuff. Make sure you come and say hi. Please press send. Let me know if you press send what happens. And if you want me to help you, I am here all week. Just come and say hi to me. Thanks.
How about that, you guys? Whoa. All right. So we got some awesome questions here. I think we have time to do like 3 or 4. And we got some gym towels to give away. So the first question we have here, what is the average number of touches you see before you close the sale?
Back in 2009, Google had this group called ZMOT. It's called the Zero Moment of Truth. And what ZMOT measured was how many frames of reference, how many things people need to see before they made a purchasing decision. Back in 2009, it was only 5. We are now in 2019. We need 30 touch points before we make a buying decision. Sometimes we are going to watch the same video. Who's watched the same video, the same product review more than once? How many people do that? Look at that, right? So about 30 touch points, up to 30 touch points. Our clients, to get them to indoctrinate, we have on average 26 touch points per month for our clients. That's why we're a $30 million hour company, right, in 4 years. So yeah.
All right. Grant asks, how do you apply these strategies to the type of clients that require lengthy RFI, RFP for their Fortune 500 business? Or are you just shit out of luck?
No, you're not shit out of luck, because Fortune 500 companies that run RFP. So if you want to win an RFP from a Fortune 500 company, the only way you're actually going to get in on the deal is to be invited, right? If you're invited, then you've got a good chance that you can actually win it. And independent providers or small providers can win big RFPs, right? So here's how you win an RFP with a Fortune 500 company. You must comply with the request. But most times the request in the RFP is actually not concise enough. The brief isn't strong enough. And so if the brief isn't strong, that means that there's more questions that haven't been answered. So in your RFP or your response, what you do is you put in an amendment. And so in the amendment, you actually state, that's all good, this is how you comply with your offer, but what you're missing is this part of the strategy. If you put in an amendment as a solution or a suggestion to get a better result, they have to take your RFP away from all the other RFPs and assess it, right? If you get your RFP assessed, that dramatically improves your chance to win that bid, because you are asking questions or sharing with them the value that they haven't asked yet. So it means that you know what you're talking about, and all of a sudden they're going, okay, we need to look at this a little bit more closely. So that's how you win Fortune 500 RFPs.
Sheesh. Okay. Wasim says, will it work for hard niches too? Will this stuff work for hard niches like CBD and real estate?
Okay, so do CBD companies need customers? Okay, do real estate people need customers? Do they need those customers to spend as much money as possible on their products or services? Do they need those customers to come back and buy more shit? Yeah? The answer is yes.
All right, last question. While sending emails to sell services, do you support sending emails to people who are not opted in?
Yes, absolutely. As long as, so here's my take on sending an email to somebody who didn't opt in, right? Do you actually have a service that will help them? Does anybody here not have a service that won't help the people that they serve? Do you actually have a service? Yes? You have a service that helps people? Right. So if you have a service that helps people, then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you introduce yourself to people so that they are aware that they can get help from you. So you're allowed, as long as it's relevant, to say, hey, I'm not sure if this is for you, but this is what we do. We help people just like you, and we help people get these types of results. If you want to know a little bit more, is it okay if I touch base with you and have a conversation with you? That's as simple as it gets. You're all here in the business of helping people. You're all in the business of helping people. And there are people out there who desperately, let me tell you, I cannot shit you not, that the market is so underserved. There are so many markets that are underserved right now that are desperately looking for your help. The challenge is what we're generally doing is looking where everybody else is looking. What you want to look at is where nobody else is looking. And there are, when people say, John, what's the best niche? There are 10,000 niches in the market, more than 10,000 niches. And the most common niches that people choose are dentists, contractors, chiropractors, who else? Mortgage brokers, financial planners, accountants, lawyers, right? That's like 9 niches. There are 9,991 niches that people don't tap into in the market. And you only need a niche that's an inch wide, small, and a mile or 4 or 5 miles deep. So there are people that I work with that only have a niche of about 1,000 customers in that niche. But they generate about $3.5 million worth of monthly revenue out of only maybe 30 of those clients in the 1,000 niche, right? So you don't need big niches. What you need are people who need your help and who are already investing in trying to grow their businesses. That's what you're looking for in the market. So yeah.
Awesome. That's it for the questions. Guys, give it up for John. What a freaking legend, right? Jim Towels incoming. Heads up. All right. There you go. Sweet. All right, everybody, next step. So after this, we're headed over to Warm Up Cafe. Warm Up is a party place. So tomorrow's your day off in terms of the conference. If you're going to get fucked up, tonight's the night, and then Friday. But in between, I don't want to see anyone hungover at the conference. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, okay? We'll see you over at Warm Up, get some bite to eat, but let's have some good times, okay?